Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are having a lovely day. In this video I'm going to be talking about my very first screened drawing tablet and the pros and cons to it all. Disclaimer, this is not a sponsored video. I got this tablet as a gift, and the person who gave it to me spent their own money on this tablet. This is a purely honest review from my own opinions. Please keep that in mind when watching this video. Thank you. To add some background in my drawing career, I've been drawing for years, since I was a wee little lad. Around the middle of 2018, my parents got me a computer. It was supposed to be used for school, though I used it to draw the cringiest Black Butler fan art. In the time of owning it, I drew on MS Paint with a mouse, and I was pretty good at it if I do say so myself. Though I saw all these famous artists having a drawing tablet, and obviously at such a young age, I thought having better tools automatically makes you a better artist, right? So 13-year-old me had asked my mother for a relatively cheap $20 Huion tablet to draw on for my birthday, hoping that it would improve my drawing and creativity and motivation. Only to break the pen early on and put it in a drawer, never to be checked on again, until mid-2020, when we were all stuck indoors due to the pandemic. I picked up digital art again. Same tablet, different computer, different friends, different me. I heard from a friend of mine to try using a free digital art program called Alpaca, to which I did. I brought out that old drawing tablet and broken, yet still usable, pen and created some mildly okay drawings and an unfinished animatics, only to give it up once again due to the fact that I hated having to control every movement on the screen with my mouse in the end anyways. Later in 2022, I was given an iPad from my mother, buying an Apple Pencil off of a website for cheap, and buying Procreate later, which is where all of my current digital art resides now. Until today, in December of 2025, where I was given an XP Pen Artist 13.3 Pro from my most wonderfulest friend, Derg, for my Christmas/birthday presents, which, P.S., please go follow them on their socials linked in the description and posted on the screen here. They're absolutely amazing and deserve all the love, so please go spread them some love. In this video, I will be showing all that I got in the box with my tablet, all the functions of the tablet, and what I think of it as a previous iPad and Procreate user. I will be rating these categories a 1 to 10 rating system, 1 being worst, 10 being the best. These tests I will perform are basics, how durable, the quality, the look, the feel, how heavy is it, easy to use, easy to understand. To test this, I will explain how I feel about the packaging, the items in the box, the setup, and just basic impressions of this tablet. Skill level. Can a beginner use this? Can I use this on a program I know little to nothing about? Do I have to understand all there is to art before using this? To test this, I will use 2 different art programs, one being Ciera, a program I have used all of once, maybe twice, and Alpaca, a program I have used a good amount, at least enough to know my way around. Both are the free versions, and I will be using my character Ciera Silverheart as my test subject, as I know how to draw her, and I have drawn her enough that she feels like she would be a good test for this. Perks. What cool features does this tablet have? What makes having this tablet amazing? Why should one want to get it? To test this, I will talk about the features of the XP Pen Artist 13.3 Pro tablet, say that 3 times fast, and why I find them fascinating. Extras. Anything I may have missed or didn't feel exactly fit a category, but felt like they should still be mentioned. And with that, I will say that we should get into drawing and how I feel about this tablet, and if I recommend it to others. Hello. Welcome to Drawing in Ciera. I also want to, mention it, because I didn't mention it in my intro, and obviously this is a voiceover. But I am sick, so I sound very stuffy. I don't sound the best, and that's just because I'm sick. It's not too big of a deal. I honestly feel perfectly fine. It's just my nose is stuffy and my throat's a little scratchy, but it is what it is. Anyway, with the premise of the video. So originally when coming up with this drawing and this test drawings for both programs, I was originally going to do a full body dynamic pose, but I didn't want this, drawing to take a million years, A, and B, I felt it would just be easier to just do a headshot, and I felt like doing a headshot relatively in the same pose, same kind of, dynamic would be the best way to go about this test, with no, not necessarily biases, but you get the gist, where it's like, there's no worry about it. Now, on to the functions of the tablet. I had no issue using this tablet. I had no issue, with the pen to screen feature. Like, it wasn't delayed at all unless I was using stabilization, which, using stabilization, that's the entire point of it, is to be a little delayed. And even then, it wasn't that bad. Honestly, I think it was more worse just because Krita is incredibly slow and laggy, for my computer. Like, it's a little nuts. So that's a Krita issue. That's not a tablet issue. And we're kind of discussing the tablet and the features of the tablet more than we're discussing the features of Krita. I did notice when drawing on Krita that the rotation wheel does not work, in the way that it won't rotate the drawing when you use the scroll wheel. It also doesn't scroll up and down on the drawing or side to side on the drawing with the scroll wheel. It only zooms in and out and changes the brush size, which is fine. And I'm completely okay with that because the rotation area right here, actually isn't that bad. It was super easy to use when just using it manually with the stylist, so it wasn't too big of an issue, and I didn't have too big of an issue with it. And I actually honestly kind of liked the rotation function in Krita, which, I'll be mildly comparing my differences between likes with Krita and Fire Alpaca in this, but that'll probably be more for later in the conclusion. Past that, I believe everything worked properly, perfectly good. Oh, no, there was one other thing that I forgot to mention. If you click the, brush and eraser little shortcut buttons on the side, if you click the eraser to erase something, you have to click the eraser again. If you click brush, it won't change it to the brush. It'll still keep it like that. And I think that's just because of Krita. That is completely a Krita thing. That was not a tablet thing, because when I used Fire Alpaca, it changed it back to the brush. If I was using the fill bucket and clicked brush, it put it back to the brush, which was actually pretty nice. But yeah, other than that, I think it worked perfectly fine. I loved how this functioned, and I loved how this drawing turned out relatively. Other than the colors seemed off, and that's just because I think Krita's color program that they use just made her colors a little bit off, but it's fine. I tried to, pick the closest colors I could think of when it came to drawing this drawing. But yeah, other than that, here is the finished drawing of it all. As I've said, I really loved the composition of this drawing. I just loved how it looked. I think it very much looks like her. I think the only thing that's really making me not really like it a whole lot is the fact that it's not exactly her colors. I will say when drawing her, typically I don't have dead set colors. I usually pick in the closest areas and do kind of the same methods. And especially because I don't have her color palette like I do in Procreate, this is kind of just what it looks like. But yeah, with that, let's get on to the next one. Okay, now we are on Fire Alpaca. Same exact drawing design, same exact premise. I had to follow the other one because, you know, they have to be good enough to compare. Now, they are going to have their differences because I drew them, even though back to back, they were drawn at different times, and, you know, they're just going to have differences. If you're going to draw the same exact piece that you just did, again, it's going to be different, especially because different programs and everything. So they have their minor differences, but it is the same premise, same character, same techniques, probably a slight bit different due to brushes and such, but really not that bad. Now on to the tablet. Tablet drew wonderfully in this program. In my opinion, I think it drew really well. Had no issue with the penned tablet format, no lag on it. I enjoyed drawing this drawing a lot with this tablet. I honestly just enjoyed drawing with this tablet so far. I did notice the rotate and scroll features do not work once again in Fire Alpaca. Again, could just be a user error. I could just not have set it up properly for some reason. I'll see if I can fix that. But instead of how with Ciera, where I used the scroll wheel at the bottom, I did not do that with Fire Alpaca because the scroll feature to figure out how to, you know, rotate the canvas is an absolute atrocity. Hated that. Hated it a lot. So instead I used my arrow keys, which is kind of why the rotating of the canvas looks a bit jaggedy, is because I was using arrow keys to turn it. Which again is fine. I honestly don't mind using arrow keys to turn this canvas. It really isn't that big of a deal. And honestly, I could end up taking those arrow key features and making them a feature as a shortcut on my tablet instead. You know, to have them feature as arrow keys. Because I have 2 extra shortcut buttons that aren't used for anything at the moment, so I could do that. But yeah, I, again, had no issue with the tablet. I more have had issue with the program. Like, you know, minor things like the paint bucket sucks, and the, again, the rotating, that sucks, but the rotation in general of the application sucked. The paint bucket sucks. But I do love Fire Alpaca. And I will most likely continue using Fire Alpaca compared to Ciera just because the colors are actually accurate with Fire Alpaca when I drew Ciera. But other than that, it went great. As you can see here, I'm darkening her skin tone, mainly because I chose the wrong, I ended up looking at it later being like, oh, I actually did this way too light. But yeah, so, with that, alright, here are the results. Look at my beautiful sweet girl. She is just so adorable. I love her so much. I will say I noticed that with my Ciera drawing, I forgot her glasses. And I also forgot to fill out her her sleeves with my Ciera drawing. So I did that this time. I did not forget her glasses this time, and I actually colored in her sleeves this time as well. It's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. It happens, you forget things. I promise you, if you sit there for a long period of time, I guarantee I'm not the only one who sat there for a long period of time drawing a drawing and then being like, wow, I totally completely forgot this. And I didn't feel like going back into the drawing and redrawing it, or going back and fixing those things, because I was like, it is what it is, I finished the drawing, we're good, we're chill. But yeah, so here she is in her beautiful glory. Isn't she sweet? I love her so much. Okay. Okay, with all of that being done, I would definitely say this tablet is incredibly durable. Very lightweight, can hold it, flip it with one singular hand. It's not very heavy at all. Again, incredibly durable. I love the fact that I can, accidentally slam it against something. Not very hard, of course, but like I've hit it on a few things accidentally. I've hit it against the wall on accident, just with moving around. It did no damage to it at all. There's no issue with it at all. And I live for that factor. The quality is incredibly good, doesn't have some kind of cheap plastic, doesn't feel like I can snap it in half. This goes for both the pen, tablet, and the little stand it comes with. Once again, super durable, super easy. I love the fact that it's not some cheap, crappy kind of plastic. I live for the feel of the pen itself. The pen has this kind of like nice, soft silicone grip to it, which I really appreciate and love. That it doesn't hurt when holding the pen, doesn't, feel super uncomfortable holding the pen, which I love that. Once again, the look of the entire tablet itself is incredibly clean and slick, and it doesn't look like an eyesore, some things that you get it and you're like, man, this is super useful to me, but gosh, I hate seeing this in my room because it just deteriorates everything around it. Because it looks so bad. It doesn't look like that at all. I honestly love the look of this tablet. And I've seen people even put stickers on it, which I think is super cool, and I'm honestly thinking about doing myself. So we'll see if I end up doing that, frankly. This tablet was incredibly easy to set up and use. I just had to download the driver from their website, restart my computer after doing so, which is recommended, and then basically after my computer was restarted and I had my tablet plugged in and everything after, I basically could use it right from the get-go. I actually could use it right from the get-go after, restarting my PC and everything, which is really cool. I love how simple and easy it is to set up. I give basics a 10 out of 10. On skill level, an absolute beginner can use this. You don't need to know anything, really. I mean, I would recommend you know what a drawing tablet is and how to properly use one before, getting it and everything. But then again, you could just get it and then research that after, just to kind of know what you're doing. But, you don't have to, I suppose. You can open and use this on any kind of art program, to my knowledge. I used it on Krita and Firepaca. I'm assuming it could definitely be used with Clip Studio. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to. And pretty much anything else, if I'm assuming correctly. So that's pretty cool. And again, you easily don't need to know everything about art to, use this tablet, at all. I give skill level an 8 out of 10, only due to the fact that when I was using it in my, drawing programs like Firepaca and Krita, it didn't rotate the canvas like it was supposed to, and it didn't scroll the canvas like it was supposed to. But again, I think that could just be user error, so don't put that on the tablet itself. And I was able to still find ways to scroll and rotate. It really wasn't that big of a deal in my opinion, but I'm only docking it 2 stars because those are 2 functions that come with the tablet that should be able to be used with programs. Just for some reason it didn't with Krita and Firepaca, and again, that could be user error, just like I just said. But past that, I absolutely love it. Little perks. I love the fact it has a spin wheel. I love the fact that it has 8 shortcut buttons. That is one of my favorite things about it. And I am planning on changing 2 of my last buttons solely due to the fact that I have nothing to put there. I've changed the shortcuts from the original shortcuts. So instead of I believe it was brush, eraser, alt, control Z, or no, I think it was brush, eraser, control Z, alt, then it has the scroll wheel, and then it was control S, I want to say, another button that I can't remember off the top of my head, the open button for the driver, so you can change all that stuff, and then to change the scroll wheel. That has now been changed to brush, eraser, control save, control Z, then the scroll wheel, of course, then the button to change the rig of the scroll wheel to like either zoom or, you know, any of that, zoom, rotate, brush size, and scroll, then the rig button basically to, you know, change all of the settings in the driver. And then I just have 2 blank buttons basically because I have nothing to put there, because I don't need Alt, because I can use the right click in Fire Alpaca at least to change the color of what I need. I haven't changed any of the buttons on the pen, which are right click and left double click, so to like typically open something. I use both of those frequently, so I'm not changing it. But yeah, I thought that was super cool. I love the fact that it comes with a portable rest, like a portable stand, and it actually comes with the glove, because I know most tablets don't come with a glove to use whilst using the tablet, a smudge guard glove, and the fact that it also comes with a cleaning cloth. I give the perks, again, a 10 out of 10. I love the perks. I love that stuff so much. I love the buttons. I like the shortcut buttons. I didn't think they would be incredibly useful, and I thought they would be a waste of time. They're not. By God, they're not. I use those buttons so often to do anything. With extras, it is an incredible tablet to, you know, use draw on. And you can use it more than drawing. You heard that right, folks. You can use it more than just drawing. And you want to know how I know this? Because I've been using this tablet to edit this video the entire time. I know, crazy, right? So I've been using this tablet to edit this video, to write the script for this video, which frankly I didn't really use. Other than the beginning of the video, awkward. But I've been using this tablet to do basically everything, mainly because it is my current main monitor, due to the simple fact that I can't have more than one monitor plugged into my PC, and that's only because of the way my PC is built. My main monitor is this. So I love the fact that you can use it for more than just drawing. And it also comes with extra plugs for, like, you know, if I were to ever travel to different countries, I can use this, and I think that's really cool, that I can use those plugs for if I were to travel to somewhere in Europe, which I find really, really cool at how portable this tablet is. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that only because I can't bring my PC with me, because good God, but if I had a laptop, I easily could bring this somewhere. And I find that super cool. That it becomes super portable if I like had a laptop to bring it places. So if you have a laptop and not a PC, like a tower PC like I do, this is absolutely amazing for that. I just want to give extras as well a 10 out of 10. And basically my conclusion is that I love this tablet. I'd 100% recommend this to somebody. In fact, I'm recommending it to y'all. Buy it. If you are looking for a simplistic tablet that is relatively cheap for a screen tablet, in my opinion, as it was only $200, I recommend this tablet again. I love it. This genuinely has changed my life so drastically. I have used this every single day since I got it. And in fact, my intro card and my ending card that you will see at the end of this video has been used drawing with this tablet. I love this tablet so much. It has genuinely changed my life so drastically. It has made my life easily more accessible than it was before, because it means that I can use my PC a whole lot more. I can use it to see things on my PC a whole lot more, because again, as I've stated in my video, I am disabled, so I record and do everything at my bed. This entire video was made at my bed. My entire setup is at my bed. I have 2 monitors in front of me with 2 TV trays, and my PC is on one of those TV trays, which frankly is a little dangerous, but you get the point. And then I have my drawing tablet right in front of me on my tiny little lap desk. Oh my gosh, it has changed my life so much. I cannot stress this enough. If you want a cheap tablet, something that isn't gonna 100% break your bank to get, because I know a lot of good drawing tablets are usually between like $300 to $600, which is a little nuts, but understandable because some things have those perks. And I have friends who they have $1,000 drawing tablets. I could not imagine spending that much money on a drawing tablet, at least not currently. So if you want a drawing tablet that is really good, really helpful, and super easy to use, super lightweight and everything, get this drawing tablet. I will end up putting a link for it in the description below. Again, this video is not sponsored, but it has just changed my life so drastically. And I know that to y'all that may seem crazy, but genuinely it has. It has changed my life so much, and I could not recommend it more than enough. Okay, so here's what the box looked like. It was a matte box, other than the picture of the screen itself. That was a more gloss. Here's the screen. This is a second unboxing because I originally unboxed this with Derg on call. Here's the tablet. As you can see, fairly lightweight. Here are the 8 shortcut keys and scroll wheel. Here's the back of the tablet. Very good quality, honestly. Here is the stand for the tablet and a few of the plugins. There's a plug missing in that box, and that's because that plug was currently and is currently plugged into the outlet to have this turned on. Here's the stand. It's a little harder to one-handedly open that stand, but I was able to get it. Here's the box that holds the cords. Currently it did not have the cords in it, as again it was plugged in. Here's the extra box that holds the cleaning glove, the smudge guard, and like warranty and, you know, the like manuals basically. Here's the pen case, which has the pen in it. As you can see, fairly good quality once again. Here are all the plugs, the extra plugs it came with. I'm assuming, which I find incredibly cool, that all of these plugs are used for if you were to travel with this tablet to go to other countries, because I'm assuming these plugins are for other country outlets, if I remember that correctly, or understood it correctly, you know. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was super cool and unique. Also ignore the acrylic on the hands. I was painting. Here's the pen. Coming out of the pen case, it's really narrow, smooth, a little hard to apparently get out. Really pretty. I love the look of this pen, the use of the pen. I love this pen. And it has 2 shortcuts on it as well, inside of the case, I guess. Here are the pen nibs, as you can see, so that's even cooler. It comes with about 8 pen nibs, I believe, and then it has 1 in the pen itself already. And the cool thing is the cap kind of, you know, reacts as a second, like as a pen holder, and I thought that was really cool. Here is the user manual. Here's the smudge guard glove, which I do use. Here's the cleaning cloth for the screen itself, and obviously the warranty. Okie dokie, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. I had so much fun making it. If you guys could do me an absolutely amazing favor by subscribing, hitting that bell icon, and giving a like to this video, I will really appreciate it, but I am not going to force you. With that, I hope to see you in the fairy garden again. Bye-bye!